Hello everyone and welcome to the Key Productive YouTube channel. My name is Francesco Alessio and welcome back to another video. So in today's video guys, what we're going to be doing is talking a little bit about my favourite software of 2018 so far. I get to look at a lot of software in my sort of daily routine, especially reviewing these apps and resources, as well as doing freelance work. And I wanted to round up some of the ones as we've hit midpoint in the year, the ones that are sort of exciting me to some extent. So guys, just before we dive into this feature, I wanted to say a big thank you to Monday.com who are sponsoring this full week here on the Key Productive YouTube channel. So a big thank you to them. For those who don't know, Monday.com is a project management software that you can use with your team to organize all of your different projects and activities. Now I've done a full review of Monday.com which will be available in the link in the description, so you guys can go away and learn about all of the features and functionalities of Monday.com. So guys, I'm going to timestamp this video so you can go below and skip ahead to a certain app or topic that I'm talking about. I want to start with finance because I think this is a sort of strange area to some extent. So I'm going to be talking about sort of the freelancing finance applications, and obviously this might be applicable to your countries, so you can download them below if they're relevant to your softwares in your countries. So the first application I wanted to mention was an application called Wave Invoices. It's part of something called Wave Apps, and I was quite impressed by the application this year so far. Obviously I've decided to move to another software so it's easier for my accountants to be able to process stuff, but the software itself actually helped me get started by creating invoices as well as tallying transactions and things like that. Now Wave is basically a free resource which is quite cool, and it's really good if you're getting started with freelancing. I highly recommend it for that. And it will allow you to essentially create invoices for clients or even just projects that you've got on. You can send them directly to the client, and you can even collect payment through it too, which I didn't actually do, but apparently it worked very well and increased your likelihood of payment. Now the other resource I wanted to mention was Xero. I've recently moved to Xero, still learning it, but it's an application that is definitely going to take my accountancy to the next level. It has this thing called reconciliation, which allows you to link up with your bank to sort of connect the two accounts. So Wave and Xero have both been some really interesting finance applications that have been on my radar for this year. Now moving away to calendar applications, I've got two calendar applications on my mind. The first is Calendars 5 by Readle. This is meant to be turning into Calendar 6 this year or next year. They've sort of been taking a long time to do this, but I can imagine it'll be out very soon. Calendars 5 for iOS is one of the best experiences on calendar that I've ever had. For an experience that allows you to just simply weave in stuff, it's a very exciting application. I really like the view options. Not much has changed in the year, but I just think it's a really stable application. The second application that has quite excited me this year is TimePage by Moleskine. TimePage by Moleskine is a really beautiful application that is definitely deserving a lot of attention, especially because it's designed so well, but it also provides you with this layer of function hidden behind gestures. I really like this application. I definitely think it's so far a winner of the calendar application space in 2018. It's just a shame it's not coming to Mac or Android too. So now learning applications. Learning applications, obviously, I like to read, I like to try and take in stuff from other people, and learn best I can in my routine. And two applications have sort of poured a lot of attention in the last 6 months. Audible, I've been basically doubled my dose on Audible. I'm reading a lot more on there, maybe 2 books a month. But I really like the structure of the application. It works really well. I particularly like the fact that even if you are looking at a really expensive book, like a £40 book, you can still get it for 1 credit, which is really nice. So this sort of process of getting audiobooks is fantastic, and it's one of the things that I thoroughly enjoy. The next application is Castro 3, although it's not directly a learning application, it's a podcasting app. It's available for iOS. It is the most gorgeous podcasting app ever. And what I particularly like about it is the inbox function. I've talked about that before, but it's very impressive, and it's something that is definitely on my radar and something I use on a regular basis. Specifically like the Wall Street Journal Tech News Briefing, some of the passive income stuff I've been listening to recently, Smart Passive Income, and also a couple of other podcasts in the tech space like The Verge. I'll try and add a few of the ones I listen to below so that you guys can go away and maybe subscribe as well. So diving into the work ones, I know a lot of you guys have been waiting around for this one. So Todoist obviously is an application that I'm very impressed with in 2018. I think it's not really changed a great deal, if I'm honest, with the features and functions, but I think they've just been working on stability. The application is gorgeous, works really, really well, and I've not had a problem with it in 5 years. So it's an application I'm using for task management a lot, and I'm very impressed. Now, the application I'm probably most impressed with is Notion. You guys know that. You guys have heard this channel. Notion is an all-in-one workspace, but the exciting thing about it is, I think last week after I saw David Pierce, who I'll be interviewing very soon in August, sort of explore it, I was like, whoa, this could be huge. David Pierce uses it in a whole different way, and it was great to see that. But I think it's becoming this all-in-one workspace. I'm seeing people use it for like recipes, week plans, like everything and anything. Everything's going into Notion, so it's quite exciting to see how that pans out. So the next application is Trello. Trello is awesome. I've been using it for my video calendar for the last year, and specifically using a lot with clients in terms of like working with them on different projects. And I've personally found it really easy to use. I think it's still really relatable, and I'm only just touching on some of the power-ups that are available in there. So it's something that continually expands and grows out as you learn more about the application. So, podcasting. So for those who don't know, I started a podcast in 2018 so far. Tools they use. If you have not listened to it, you can go on iTunes and subscribe today. We're about to start series 3, and over that period of time, I've sort of slowly evolved in learning what you need to build a podcasting app. Not build a podcasting app, build a podcasting experience. And of course, I've sort of hit this point where I'm like, I'm doing it on a regular basis, but I need to improve dramatically. So until then, the applications that have really helped me is Zoom. Zoom is a video conferencing tool, a software that can be installed on Mac, Windows. I believe it's available through web, but I'll double check on that and add it in the description below. I find Zoom really easy to use, and I quite like the one-to-one recording function so that I can do the one-to-one recordings and get the best interview I can. The other tool I'm using is Fireside podcasting hosting, which is really easy to use. Like, I find it a great way to do it. Alice does most of the uploading, which is a huge task for her, but she's fantastic at it. So she knows then it does work very well in terms of the application, especially the delivery of it looks a lot better than what we had before. So, final 2 applications that I've been very excited about in this year is Formula 1 application. For those who don't know, I'm a big Ferrari fan, so Formula 1 is something I like to keep updated on. So I use an app, the Formula 1 application. I'm on the Pro subscription. It's like £2 a month, but it's definitely worth the investment. Lap times, driver information, being able to see this live feed of all of the different practice races. I love it. It's sort of like a F1 person's dream. I think in like half an hour time, it's like FP1 of Austria. So I'm really excited for that, nerdily. But this application works really well and seems to do everything you need it to. So I highly recommend it. And the final application is Newton. Now, this might be a little bit biased because I am currently working with Newton, but I find the application so reliable. The last year or so, obviously sort of upping my dosage on my freelancing work, I've sort of needed a really reliable application in being able to send emails. And one of the biggest stress points that I have is that, for example, let's say at like 4 o'clock in the day, I'm like, I don't necessarily want to stay up and do work later, although I do some planning at 9 PM, which does help me. But I want to schedule some emails to roll out the next morning because I know certain time zones fall out. So I tend to use Newton for that, and it just works really well. So I schedule the emails, and then when I wake up, I've at least had maybe a couple of replies, which is nice too when I go on my email because I have got the ball moving and everything seems to be going there. So I quite like that function, especially when you're working with US and Asian companies. So I highly recommend Newton. Anyway guys, they're just a few of the softwares. I've probably got loads more. And of course we'll have our best apps of the year, which you guys will be voting for, so stay tuned for that. Anyway guys, thank you very much for stopping by today. If you aren't subscribed yet, hit the subscription button now and the bell notification to get regular videos here on the channel. And big thank you to Monday.com for sponsoring today here on the Keep Productive YouTube channel. They're also sponsoring the week, and you can check out the full review of Monday.com that I've made in the description below, so you guys can go and do that. Anyway guys, thank you very much for today. I will see you guys in a future feature. Cheers. Hello everyone and welcome to the Keep Productive YouTube channel. My name is Francesco Alessio and welcome back to another video. So in today's video guys, what we're going to be doing is talking a little bit about my favourite software of 2018 so far. I get to look at a lot of software in my sort of daily routine, especially reviewing these apps and resources, as well as doing freelance work. And I wanted to round up some of the ones as we've hit midpoint in the year, the ones that are sort of exciting me to some extent. So guys, just before we dive into this feature, I wanted to say a big thank you to Monday.com, who are sponsoring this full week here on the Keep Productive YouTube channel. So a big thank you to them. For those who don't know, Monday.com is a project management software that you can use with your team to organize all of your different projects and activities. Now I've done a full review of Monday.com, which will be available in the link in the description, so you guys can go away and learn about all of the features and functionalities of Monday.com. So guys, I'm